There is a narrative that black South Africans living in South Africa are lazy. They don't like to work, or they have bad attitude towards work. And in this video that you're about to watch, a lady that is part of the protest, that is Victoria or whatever, she's seen begging. She's begging a white man or an Indian man to employ South Africans in their companies. Watch the video while we come back.
What we are planning, in fact, intending to do for you also, because we don't want a situation where we are saying employ our locals and you get people that are going to...
We employ locals, but the thing is, it's a big problem for the locals. Monday, you know the story, Monday is a problem.
That's the point I'm trying to get to. That's the point I'm trying to get to. I'm saying to you, we will take full accountability. We give you the people, we ensure that they comply, we ensure that they come to work on time, and we're not going to interfere, especially if a person comes and disrespects your business or does not follow protocol or does not want to comply. You've got every right to take action again, and we also cannot protect people that don't want to come to work. But we are saying we do have got capable...
So ladies and gentlemen, from the video, you get to actually understand that this lady doesn't understand what is going on. She thinks that if she sacks, or they sack Africans who are in South Africa, then they can now get the companies to employ, average South Africans there. But the people there have already employed South Africa, and they are tired with their bad attitude. The man is making an excuse. He's saying that, Charlie, it's Monday. South Africans won't come to work on Monday. This lady is making a promise to the man that they should still employ South Africans. Even if they don't show up to work, they will be responsible and make sure that the people show up at work. It's like this lady, she's so close-minded that she doesn't understand what is going on. She thinks it's about getting them employed. No. What happens to she establishing a company and employ her fellow South Africans? What happens to that? What is wrong with you establishing your own company as a South African, that you really care about the liberation of your fellow South Africans, your fellow black South Africans living in South Africa? What was wrong with you? What was wrong with the idea of you, building companies, employing them yourself? Yes, people who come there, they come from China, they come from different countries, they come and establish businesses, and they prefer to employ people of different nationalities, other Africans, instead of, average South African living there. It's because the people have experience of bad attitude of the black South Africans, not all of them, of some of them, when it comes to work. So they don't like to employ them. So do you now blame them? Now you don't blame yourself. You don't blame your bad attitude. You rather want to blame, other Africans. You are blaming Nigerians for taking over your job. You are blaming other Africans. Now you are on Ghana. And the unfortunate thing is that you really attacked the wrong country. Ghana, you didn't really take it easy. She doesn't understand. She doesn't understand. The entrepreneurs, the big companies have already tested working with average South African, but it turns out that it doesn't work well. And you can see, they've carried out series of interviews, and you can see with the way they interact, the way they speak. Oh, it's not nice. The people don't know how to control their emotions. They don't know how to negotiate. You see her tone during the negotiation as if she's ordering the business owner that he must employ them. Like the authority, the audacity, the self-entitlement that she has. What are you going to demonstrate in the workplace? What attitude are you coming to demonstrate in the workplace? What attitude are the other black South Africans living in South Africa going to demonstrate in the workplace? With this kind of tone, your inability to simply negotiate, to sit and have a dialogue, your inability to, literally put your information across. There's also another narrative that South Africans are uneducated. Well, I don't support that narrative, but it appears that majority of the people that are flocked on the streets really don't understand how the world operates. They don't understand that people can come into your country, and if you are smart and you are very smart, you can actually hold good positions. People can come into your country, and you as South African can actually make good use of the people to your own benefit. They don't understand that. They simply don't understand that Africans travel to other countries to work at the farmlands. What happens to simple South Africans establishing farms and employing their own people? They can't understand that. They think that any person that comes into their country that person is to blame. That person should go and fix their country. They are trying to fix their country. How long have you started fixing your country? How long have you ever started fixing your country? And how far have you been able to fix it? You've channeled your hatred, you've channeled your movement to the white South African. You could not defeat them. Now you turn your back onto the black South Africans. How far? How far? What is the progress so far? What is the progress? You need to show us the progress. That's why Malema asked them that, okay, 300 Ghanaians have left your country. Yes, they have left. How many, 300 jobs have you been able to get for your fellow South Africans? The jobs are there, but they can't see. They can't see the jobs. Yes, they can't see the jobs. They are very much, their attention is just onto what? How much they are paid. Yes, they want to take. They don't see how they can give value before they take. So business owners don't see that as a good negotiation. They don't see that as a good bargain. They don't see that as a good deal. So why should they employ South Africans? They don't see it. They don't see it. You have sacked 300 Ghanaians. Do you have 300 jobs so far? You don't have it. Because you can't see it. Because even if it is there, your people don't want to do it. Huh? Another person narrated and said that a simple South African, he wanted to, take a small boy, South African boy, and train him a skill. The parents said no, they shouldn't do it. They shouldn't train him. They shouldn't train his son. They should leave him. That job they are coming to train him is mechanic job, is rubbish, is dirty work. They want white collar job. They want to sit in the offices. They want to be those holding a big position, but they don't have value to provide. They think being nationalistic, they think being patriotic is the most important. No, it's not. Come as a South African living in other part of the world, come and establish businesses and employ your people. Then you give yourself just 1 year. You come and tell us experience, the kind of experience you gain working with your own people. I think that is the way we need to go. Yes. Enough of this thing. Other countries have come to take your work. What have you been able to do? If you have come to take your work, what work are you able to do? The work you have been doing, what is the result so far? Oh, these guys are shallow-minded. Those guys on the street, they are very shallow-minded. Again, I'm not talking about the average South African who is not doing those things. Thank you very much, guys.
Julius Malema is just an actor. He's doing politics. He had two missions. The first one was to clean his country to the world, that it's not a country full of racist, black racists, ignorant black racists. And secondly, he wanted to look good in front of his political opponents.